Hey everybody, you're searching YouTube, you found the channel right here that's going to help you relocate to Memphis. We're showing you all the hot spots downtown, all the suburbs out here outside of Memphis, and let you know exactly where you want to be when you relocate right here to Memphis.
We're about to get after that
right now.
What's up everybody, my name is Jared, this is my man here, KG.
Kris Goudy with 360 RealtyPro.
We're here in Memphis with the Moving to Memphis channel. So if you search for this, you found this, you're probably thinking about moving to Memphis, or at least you're looking for a future move, thinking about whatever, consider whatever you're doing. This is the kind of stuff you're looking for on this channel. We're gonna be putting out videos all the time, taking you out, showing you around the area, explaining it to you like this. We're giving you everything that you wanna know about the Memphis area, the whole Memphis Metro. Not just downtown, we're covering the whole place. We're gonna be doing that here. You definitely don't wanna miss it, so make sure you go down there, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell. That way you'll get notified every time one of these videos comes out. And then, if you are thinking about making that move here, you really are getting close to it, you're considering it, you gotta take that just one step further. Kris, what do they gotta do?
They gotta reach out and get in contact with us. Send us a message, a phone call, an email. Any way you can get in contact with us, do that today and let us get you started with your new journey.
That's right. So it don't matter how you get in touch with us. We're here. We're abundantly reachable. You can get us in touch with us however you got to do it. It really does not matter how you do it because we got your back moving here to Memphis. We'll keep you from singing the blues.
Right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Should we keep that? I don't know. We're going to keep you from singing the blues, but you can go enjoy the blues down on Beale Street. So let's get into this video right here. You're going to explain here. I'm going to kind of control the map, move around so people can see it. We just want to take you around the whole area and show you, like I said, all the neighborhoods, the suburbs, and just kind of give you a feel for it so that by the time you get moved here, or by the time you come here to explore the area, you kind of got an idea of just where everything is. You're not just coming here just completely blank and not knowing anything. So, Kris, where do you want to start out at?
Let's start right in downtown Memphis, the hot spot.
All right.
So
here we are.
We're sitting right here in downtown Memphis. So if you're into the urban lifestyle, restaurants, nightlife, it's a great place to be. It's got a great vibe going on down here. There's lots of condos, townhouses, and we have Arbor Town right outside if you need more of like a single family residence for a family.
Right over there, right up on the river.
Yeah, that's Arbor Town here.
And so you got that right across the river, right across from the pyramid. If you come into Memphis, you'll see that's one of that's a unique.
Yeah, that's the landmark everybody notices is that the pyramid, which is now the Bass Pro Shop, sitting right there off the river. I can't believe
it's a black Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing if you ever get a chance to go in there. They've got live fish and everything. I think there's a few gators in there. There's all kinds of things to see in there.
I was in there the other day. I saw them feeding the gators.
Yeah.
And I went out. I had never actually been up to the top because they got the observation deck. If you want a view of the city, go check that out.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So to get to that rooftop viewing deck, I think is what they call it, it's at the very top of the pyramid, and that's some of the best views of downtown Memphis from that platform.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But then right across from that, you've got kind of the core downtown area here, right? So what's going on all in here? What have we got here?
So right here, there's a lot of restaurants, condos, a few high-rise condos in that area. That's an older part of town. It's been there for a while. It's not had as much redevelopment as we had here in the South Bluffs and the South Main district. Lots of new development in South Main and the South Bluffs.
Yeah, when I first came to Memphis, seeing the South Main, all that where you got, and this time of year, they got all like the Christmas lights lining down it. I mean, it's a really cool street. A lot of all the older buildings. There's cool old buildings that they've come in and renovated. Yeah. So that's a really cool feel there, and that kind of carries over to where we are here in the South Bluffs too. But it's not far from that downtown. So everybody usually is familiar with Beale Street, right? Right. You think Memphis.
You think Beale Street, home of the blues.
That's the city. But other than Beale Street here. Beale Street's right next to the Forum. So, Kris tells me, he said this, I don't know, when we were coming into town several times, this is a basketball city.
Memphis is a basketball town. We've got home of the Grizzlies, home of the Penny Hardaway Tigers, So if you're into basketball, this is the place to be for sure.
Yeah, and that's there at the Forum. Other stuff going on there. You got other things downtown. That Orpheum Theater. They're doing the Broadway shows there.
Yeah, Orpheum, they have the Broadway. I don't know what you call it.
Lion King there now.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a off-Broadway type deal.
Yeah. So at the Orpheum right now they're showing the Lion King starting in December. Hamilton will be here. My family and I have tickets to that to see it for the second time. Great show.
Yeah, strongly considering that.
Yeah.
And then food too. What about I mean, Memphis is known for food, and you can get some of that downtown.
Definitely.
You know, barbecue is the staple.
Yeah.
Where's the best barbecue at? Is it downtown? Is it somewhere else?
Well, if you're from Memphis, I think the best barbecue is not quite downtown. But when the tourists, they love to come and see the Rendezvous. It's worldwide, world famous barbecue. They'll ship it anywhere in the United States if you want to give it a test run before you get here. But the Rendezvous is the hot spot in downtown Memphis for barbecue. And then they just opened up Central Barbecue, which is more of a local favorite here. So I'd encourage you to try both and do a little contrast and comparison there. See what your type is.
Yeah, I will tell you,
which is your favorite?
Last week I went to Central Barbecue, which is the one that's right over, right here close to South Main there. And we got in there right at 12 o'clock. And we walked in, there wasn't hardly anybody there. Walked straight in, got to sit down. And by the time we ordered, got our drinks and sat down, I mean, the line was at least back to the door, if not out the door. So yeah, get there a little early if you're going for lunch.
Yeah, the lunch rush downtown is that's a hot spot for downtown lunch.
Well, let's.
Another cool thing to talk about downtown, we can't skip over the National Civil Rights Museum right here. Yeah. So if you got to tour that with your family. It's a great learning experience. Learn about what people here have gone through over the years, and then the importance of this National Civil Rights Museum.
Right. That's one thing too. I think to keep in mind with Memphis is that there's, obviously there's all the things today that's here. There's a lot of history though. And of course, some of that's painful history, but it's things that's gotten us to where we are now with the city. And I think, obviously, we're in a lot better place, here than we were 50 years ago.
50, right? 60 years ago, yeah.
So definitely that's something to check. If you are just visiting, I would recommend that one.
And one thing else, Elvis Presley made us famous, put us on the map back in the day. So you got to come by and see the arcade. I think you guys ate there last time.
Yeah, we ate there. You can get the, banana and...
Yeah, you got to get the fried peanut butter banana sandwich. That was Elvis's favorite. There's pictures of him on the wall eating them. They said he went down there quite a bit to order that. That was his favorite.
Yeah, we did go. I did not get.
Oh, man.
I got to go back. I'll go back for it.
Next time,
yeah. So let's move on outside of the downtown area. Tell us, you got Midtown here. What can we find in Midtown?
So Midtown Memphis is really under a lot of revitalization right now. There's tons of new development going up. It's Overton Park right here, which you have golf courses, just parks areas to walk your dogs. It's right next to the Memphis Zoo here, a great zoo. Right here we have Levitt Shell. We have outdoor concerts during the summer. It's a great experience. You bring your own cooler, bring your own lawn chair, sit out there and listen to music. That's a good time as well.
Yeah, that's an area I have not fully explored really, is the Midtown part of Memphis.
You'll see bumper stickers around town that say Midtown is Memphis. They take a lot of pride in that community. There's also Cooper Young as part of that community, so you have lots of festivals like the Cooper Young Beer Fest, which is a cool deal for everybody locally, and just great restaurants, and they're all home local restaurants too. Like, there's not many national chains in that area.
Yeah. Any favorites there?
I love Soulfish, which has got great smoked chicken wings, and then I also love Memphis Pizza Cafe. So those are my two favorites in Midtown, Soulfish and Memphis Pizza Cafe. You got to get by both of those if you're in town.
We might get by there later today.
Yeah.
We'll see. So you're in the driver's seat, Kris. Where do you want to go next here?
So we want to show them the suburbs, Jared? Is that what we want to do?
I guess. Well, do you want to mention East Memphis?
Yeah, let's talk about East Memphis. So here, East Memphis falls in this area here, just inside the 240 loop. We call it the 240 loop because it circles pretty much all the way around the city. Funny story about that is, is here's I-40, and the plan was for I-40 to come through here, go straight across right over into Arkansas. Well, this is a National Historic District, and they fought and were able to stop the interstate from going through their neighborhood, and that was the reason why the 240 loop was created. So when you're coming down 40 from Nashville, you would want to go straight on into Arkansas, but you can't. You got to take this loop around and go around this way, the 240 loop, and then get back on I-40 and go across that famous Memphis bridge that everyone sees with the big M and the LED lights.
Right, the Hernando de Soto
Hernando de Soto
right,
Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about the bridges yesterday because they're similar enough that it's confusing because there are two bridges.
There are two bridges. The Harahan Bridge, which is I-55, and then the Hernando de Soto Bridge, which is I-40. But if you're from Memphis, you call it the old bridge and the new bridge.
Right. So what kind of, like, if you want to live in this area, what kind of houses are out here? What's this neighborhood like?
This is a great area, and it's located by one of the better high schools in the area, White Station High School. Colonial Acres is one of the big subdivisions there. They were mostly built in the late 40s, early 50s. Everybody coming back from World War II, they needed a place to live. And tons of development happened right there in Colonial Acres. So that's a great area. The Links Galloway Golf Course is a great spot. It's a public course, but it's well maintained. It's a great place to play if you're a golfer. And then of course it's right there by the University of Memphis.
So right out here, if you are in that East Memphis, is that somewhere, because you know, obviously down here in the South Main, you've got, everything's really tight together. It's downtown living, kind of close quarters. You get out that way, is it bigger lots? What are you seeing out there?
I wouldn't necessarily call them bigger lots. I mean, most of the homes in Colonial Acres are on like a quarter of an acre. They're 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes, maybe like 1,500 to 1,800 square foot. But you also have pockets in East Memphis of $1 million homes. I mean, there's a great neighborhood called Pigeon Estates with $1 million homes in there, beautiful area, and those are more estate-size homes. And yeah, they'll have the larger lots, 1.5 acres, big fences, gated communities, and things like that. So
you're getting up over, like you said, those are $1 million plus.
Those are
homes there.
Every bit of, yeah, 800,000 to upwards of 3 million in that area. Yeah, nice homes.
So, all right, well, let's get outside that loop then. Let's look at the suburbs. Where do you want to go first?
Let's start right here at Bartlett.
All right.
So Bartlett's been around for a long time. One of my favorite things about Bartlett is all the medians, all the public areas, it's all super well maintained, right? The landscaping is always on point. If you're in the neighborhoods, you're not allowed, your grass can't grow over 6-12 inches or you'll get a ticket for that. You're not going to see a lot of cars parked in the front yards and things like that because Bartlett does not allow that. They do not play when it comes to those things.
Keeping up those appearances.
Yeah, keeping up the appearances.
Good for property values.
But even things, Jared, like the median in the road, like it'll have seasonal flowers in it. Yeah. All the bushes are trimmed and pruned on a regular basis. So Bartlett's a beautiful area, and they take pride in the community and the just the town there itself. They do a great job maintaining the appearance.
Right. Yes, it's always nice when they do that. I mean, it's a little extra money, a little extra effort, but it is. When you drive into a town and they've got it kept up like that.
Well, to me, it helps maintain the property values and keeps people there local happy. Yeah.
Now, we were talking too about the schools in the county. So all this is so far we're still in Shelby County.
We are.
Most of Memphis and these close suburbs are Shelby County, but within Shelby County, the schools have kind of split up. You got different districts.
They have. They've changed in the last 2 or 3 years. So used to we had 2 school districts in Shelby County. You had Shelby County schools and you had Memphis City schools. Well, Memphis City decided to abandon their charter and join Shelby County schools because they were higher performing schools, and I think it had something to do with money, of course, right? So when they did that, all these little towns, Bartlett, Germantown, which is down here. Yep. Yeah, all these little towns that you see, Lakeland, Arlington, Bartlett, Germantown, Collierville, they all decided that they wanted their own school districts. So we used to have 2 school districts. Now each little town has their own school district. Yeah,
so I mean, schools in Bartlett there, are they known to be pretty, I mean, most of these, are they known to be pretty good? I mean, they were...
All of the towns out here are known to have pretty good schools, yeah. So that would be Bartlett City Schools and it would be like Bartlett High School, Bartlett Elementary. Can't think. Shadowlawn Middle School is one of the schools there. So, but yeah, they're well-performing schools. Most of the suburbs, the school systems are well-performing.
Yeah, I always tell people go to. I like niche.com. I don't know if you do that, but niche.com has got all the different schools on there, and kind of give you that intro idea of those too. Home prices out in the Bartlett area. What's available out there?
So there's a lot of new construction as you push out here towards Lakeland. This is the older areas of Bartlett here. The home prices can range from about 180 to upwards of 500, 600, 700,000. Yeah. One cool area in Bartlett is Davies Plantation. So those are the larger lots, more executive type homes, and they can push upwards of 700,000, 800,000 in that area.
So moving up to the north, getting out of Shelby County, you're getting into Tipton County.
Yeah, well, let's start right here at Millington first. So this is
Okay.
the Millington area, which is still Shelby County.
Gotcha.
Millington's a more rural area. You'll have more farmland. There's retail and commercial space right here along Highway 51, and you can see Walmart's right there. There's a lot of new development just north of, on the northern end of Millington, right? We've got new retail centers, new restaurants popping up. Lowe's is in the area, Walmart, things like that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of was just leading up that way, because you've got a lot of new development and growth going up that way to the north.
You do,
right?
Yeah.
So you've got some other towns in here. What's all up if you're okay with getting a little bit farther out of town?
So these are the northern suburbs of Memphis right here. The Tipton, this is Shelby County, and then Tipton County above that. So we're going to look at South Tipton County right now. That's one of the hottest growing counties in the state of Tennessee right now. There has been tons of new construction in Atoka. I live there myself. We relocated to Tipton County about 15 years ago, and we love it. One of the best things about South Tipton County to me is the parks and recreation. They've got so many young kids in the area that the soccer signups and the basketball signups, all that seasonal sports that come along, they max out of space. They run out of space. So there's tons of opportunity for parks and recreation in the South Tipton area.
Yeah, and getting up there too that's where you can kind of get out and you can find the bigger lots. If you want a couple acres, say maybe around 300,000.
Yeah, I think to get in South Tipton now, you got to be at least about 250,000 just to even get your foot in the door. But most of it, especially in Atoka, they're pushing upwards of in the high 300s all the way up to like 550 right now for the new homes. And I believe it's something like $180 to $200 per square foot.
Yeah, so it's getting up there.
Yeah, but they're nice homes, man. They're well constructed, open layouts, granite, bronze fixtures, all the new fancy stuff that you want in a new home.
And that's kind of too, you got that there. I don't remember where this is. I know we talked about it. It's one of those things coming up, the new Ford plant they're building. Where is that at?
Yeah, the new Ford plant. So it's going to be right here, right along I-40. I think it's right here in like Stanton, Mason area. And it's supposed to create something like 5,700 jobs. Someone out there on that channel right now is researching Memphis real estate because they're going to be relocating with Ford to come here.
Right.
So reach out to us when you do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you are, and you want to be kind of closer to town, but that's up there towards the Stanton area. You could be in that Arlington, Lakeland area. We talked about Bartlett a little bit, getting out a little farther, Lakeland, Arlington. What's out there? What do you know about that area?
That's a really hot area, Lakeland, Arlington. They just built a new elementary school, which everyone's super excited about in Lakeland. Home values in Lakeland, they probably start in the upper 200s, and they can also push up upwards towards $1 million in Lakeland and Arlington as well. Great parks and recreation again in Arlington and Lakeland. A huge family atmosphere there.
And, right along that, because you've got like the bigger loops, like you've got the 240 loop in town, and then you've got this bigger loop in the whole area.
Yeah, so this is 385. That is a new, whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it.
I would call it a loop.
We'll call it a loop. Yeah. But yeah, 385 hasn't been open long, but you can get anywhere from all the way to Tipton Highway
Yeah,
51.
Tipton, coming down to Arlington.
You get all the way over here into Collierville and Germantown.
Yeah, Fisherville. That's not one I've heard. Is that an area?
No, I don't know too much about Fisherville. No, it's more of a rural area, and I think it may push into Fayette County. So
yeah, so that's the thing too. Is like you look at these maps and you see these areas. Sometimes they put some stuff on maps, and this is where I'm from, down in around the Jackson area, Mississippi. I always when we were down there would be areas that we hadn't even heard of, and we lived there for a long time. And then you look on the map, what is this area? So that's one of the things that helps to call and reach out, because there may be areas that exist that you don't know about, you can't see. There may be areas that you think it's like, what is this? It's really nothing there.
So you've got Shelby County, which sits in the far northwest corner. No, I'm sorry, the far southwest corner of Tennessee.
Right.
To the north of Shelby, you have Tipton, and then to the east of Shelby, you have Fayette County. So we got to talk about Fayette County, which is like Oakland, Rossville. I think some of Piperton falls into Fayette County.
Mm-hmm.
So what's great about Fayette County? Property taxes. Taxes in Fayette County are substantially less than what they are in Shelby County. I mean, sometimes a half or 2/3 less than that same exact home and square footage would be located inside Shelby County.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's pretty much the line for that is kind of...
The line falls about right here, just outside that 385 loop. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, but I'll give you a pro tip, is if you want that executive home with the lower taxes, but you still want to be close to all the shopping and restaurants available here inside the 385 loop, then there's a little town right about here, Jared. Zoom in. Eads, right there. Eads has some of the most beautiful homes in the area. It crosses over into Shelby County a little bit, but most of it is located in Fayette County. So you get nice open areas with acreage, big beautiful homes, upwards of $1 million, $2 million, and then you get the benefit of that low tax.
Yeah, and that because we looked at some, roughly that $1 million home there versus maybe downtown in Memphis. Mm-hmm. Property taxes, like you said, pretty close to around double. It may be, I think we saw like almost 20,000 or around 20,000 in Memphis versus
4,000 or 5,000 in
4 or 5, maybe a little higher or lower, depending on exactly where you are in different circumstances.
But the same value, right around that $1 million mark, it's a substantial difference. I mean, that's $1,000 a month, just in taxes.
That's huge.
Yeah. So let's break it down to like a $300,000 house, right? Yeah. So a $300,000 house, taxes in Fayette County, in Oakland, Rossville, those taxes would fall around $900 to $1,200 per year for a $300,000 house. Not bad at all. That same house in Memphis City at $300,000, the taxes would be probably $4,500 per year. Mm-hmm. So it's a drastic difference.
Yeah, so 3 or 4 times almost.
Yeah.
The amount. And then,
you feel that right on the monthly payment, right? I mean, you're dividing that up over 12 months, and that's a fixed payment.
I mean, it's $100 a month versus $250, $300 a month.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Substantial savings on that.
But yeah, you get out here, you can save all that money on property taxes, you get more land, and anywhere you go in Tennessee, you've got no income tax.
No, we do not have a state income tax here in Tennessee. So that's a bonus here. No state income tax. And also car tax. Car tax are pretty cheap. They're only about $95 to $105.
Yeah, if you drop down, so obviously we're going to zoom back here and kind of come back towards Memphis. But if you drop down into Mississippi, those car tax go way up. Trust me from experience on that. Down there, if you buy a brand new, let's say $40,000 car, get ready to pay $600 plus for your car tag.
It's every year too, right?
It's every year down there, and it drops a little bit year after year.
I believe it's based off the value of the car, right?
It's off the value of the car, which is, you have an older car, it's fine. It gets to where it's not too bad, but yeah, if you got any kind of newer vehicle or anything of any value, it's pretty tough. Keeping up here, we hadn't really got into Collierville and Germantown, so let's work back that way. Okay. Collierville, I like you've got like the nice little downtown square there.
There is a nice square in Collierville, yeah. Lots of new construction in Collierville too. So that's more, those home values are pushing they probably start closer to 400,000 in Collierville. So you got to make a high $400,000 starting point in Collierville, and then obviously they go upwards of maybe 2.5 million, just depending on the size of the lot and the home.
Yeah, I noticed you've got some different plants and things out there too, because you've got like there's a Carrier air conditioner plant, some other stuff out that way, distribution centers, and so we hadn't really talked about that going around. Memphis is, I think, considered like the distribution hub of the country, really.
Yeah.
Most of that thanks to FedEx, which is the airport we're getting at. But it's not just because of that. There's a lot of other suppliers and distributors and companies that have headquarters here. So
there are. AutoZone is one of them.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned Carrier has a plant here.
The Terminex is the new one. I guess they kind of came in and bought out Service Master.
Yeah, Terminex took over the Service Master headquarters in downtown Memphis, so there's lots of employees for them. But one of the largest employers in the area, other than FedEx, of course, are the Shelby County schools.
Yeah.
They carry a lot of employees on payroll, my wife being one of them.
Yeah, so if you're a teacher, you want to move, you got plenty of opportunities in all these, there and all the other school districts, right? So moving back that way, you can get a little closer down. Or go ahead. I want to.
Yeah, well, we want to talk about Collierville and Germantown. They're separate, but they're similar. So Germantown's more executive type homes, high end homes. You can find $1 million properties all over Germantown.
Yeah.
But they're older homes. They've been, they were built early 2000s, late 1990s, and a beautiful area. If you come to Memphis, you cannot speed through Germantown. All right. If the red light camera doesn't get you, the cop sitting on the corner will get you. So just a tip there. Pro tip: do not speed through Germantown or Bartlett.
They got a pretty good presence. I noticed when I was out there the other day. I was like, they're on it. Now Germantown too has a lot of kind of the higher end shopping places, and like the Apple Store and some other stuff.
Yeah. So that part of the Germantown where all the great shopping is called Saddle Creek. And like you said, we've got an Apple Store in Saddle Creek. There's Brooks Brothers, Joseph Banks. That's a great area. Don't forget about the Trader Joe's. It's only been open for a couple of years now. It was a big deal when it first opened.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of Trader Joe's around, but you got one there.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of buzz about that when it comes into town.
So you got that there. You got the only Apple Store in the area. Some good restaurants.
Great restaurants. If you've got a lot of competitive athletes in your family, Germantown's a cool area because there's a lot of competitive sports happening there with the baseball, the soccer. They all play right there at the Micro Soccer Complex.
So there.
Yeah, some of you have probably traveled here with your teams and had the tournaments there at the soccer complex. Good competitive sports going on there.
So you'll be pretty close to that in Collierville or Germantown. And then you've got along that 385, you've got some different shopping. Costco is up there.
Yeah, right here is a good spot we need to talk about, Jerry. The Shops at Carriage Crossing. It's more of an open mall. It's not a closed mall, but there's a lot of high-end stores in there as well. You can see here. Here's a lot of them.
Yeah. So those open air concept malls kind of really become popular in the last few years.
They have, yeah.
So that's a lot of the stuff there. We've kind of talked about the suburbs. You've got the airport over here, kind of on South Memphis, right up against the line there. If you are, and obviously FedEx at the airport, a lot of jobs at the airport and around there. If you're looking there, you've obviously got the South Memphis area that you can look into. I don't know what home values in that area.
Yeah, so values are a little lower in South Memphis. I think you can pick things up starting in like the mid 100s in South Memphis.
Yeah, a little bit of...
to be honest, Jared, South Memphis is more of a rental location. There's a lot of rental properties there, so it's not a high owner-occupied area. It's more investment area for investors and property managers and things like that.
Yeah, and I know too, because we've got another list we pulled up, and I'll link this below. That area kind of shows up on that. More, areas with more crime in the city that you've got that.
There's a little more crime there. I would agree with that, but I'm always like to say the glass is half full, not half empty, right? So I couldn't talk about South Memphis without talking about Whitehaven. There's a lot of pride in that community. It's right there in the Graceland area where Graceland is, and right off of Elvis Presley Boulevard. So there are a lot of rentals there. Crime is maybe a little higher than normal there, but there's also a lot of pride in that community. So we don't want to talk bad about them in any way.
Well, no, we're not talking bad about anywhere. Yeah. So, but we're just trying to give you the picture of where everything is around the city. Yeah. So you've got that right there up against the line. We do have to talk about, since we're there, that across the other side, because people may look into Mississippi.
They will look into North Mississippi. So we consider that as one of the suburbs of Memphis. There's a lot of people that commute from North Mississippi into Memphis to work, especially at the airport, because you can see South Haven is one of the closer subdivisions or towns closer to the airport. So those areas in North Mississippi would fall into South Haven, Olive Branch, and then once you get down here is Hernando.
It's a good bit farther down.
Yeah, it's quite a bit further. But Olive Branch and South Haven are the two main areas there. Lots of single-family homes there, and lots of retail shopping along Goodman Road, which runs pretty much parallel with the
right there with the line,
with the state line.
And then down there, that's where you got the outlets too.
Yeah, Tanger Outlets is a cool spot. That's been here for about the last 5 to 7 years.
Yeah,
lots of shopping there. Here, there's some good deals there. There's lots of outlets in that mall.
Yeah, right there. If you're looking to move here to work for Google too, that's right there by the outlets. That's where their little
it is.
Their little right here, right off the interstate, right there by that. So that's kind of neat. But there you go. You got South Haven. You got Olive Branch. If I zoom out a little bit, you'll see we've got Hernando. Get my mouse to work right. Hernando down here. And so I know some people probably live and commute from Hernando too, a little farther.
It is a little further. I don't think you'd want to go much further than that to commute into Memphis.
Yeah, at least though you get a little farther away from the airport. You don't have the planes coming in, so you can see. And we were talking about this, that runway running north-south right here.
Yeah, the runway lines up right with South Haven. So if you live in South Haven, you get to hear the FedEx planes coming and landing all night long. So something to think about.
Yeah, I'm a big kind of an aviation junkie. So before, I don't know, this is years ago, back when I was in school, we came up to Memphis just to watch all the planes. And this was at night, probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And I mean, it is just one right after the other, just pouring in. And that's pretty much most of the night you got.
It is. So that's the FedEx hub that's right there located at the Memphis International Airport. So all those overnight packages everyone is sending, they're pretty much landing right there, one right after another, all night long.
Yeah. You got an overnight package from FedEx. It came through Memphis, most likely.
Most likely.
Well, that's it, pretty much the whole area. I don't know what you want to add to that. Any thoughts?
No thoughts.
You can go down to Tunica and have some fun if you want to down there, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of gambling in Tunica. We have casinos down there. They're kind of on the out right now because West Memphis just approved gambling as well.
Yeah, so you got the dog track over
there. Yeah,
the
dog track is now a big area for gambling and nightlife. Crazy thing is, we all know it as the dog track, but they don't run the dogs there anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No, the dogs are finished. They're retired.
I don't keep up with it enough to know. Yeah, I saw that they had the full casino in there now, which I was thinking about that because it's the last time that we went to do anything. We went to Tunica, so. Yeah,
I think West Memphis is kind of stealing some of the Tunica business right now because they're definitely pumping a lot of money into that new casino over there in West Memphis. So we'll see how that turns out.
Well, you got Mississippi and Arkansas trying to pull some money from Tennessee.
Yeah, and they're successful too. I promise you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, hey, that's going to cover most of Memphis here. We can sit here and talk for probably another hour if we want to, but we're going to get out on some of these other videos and make sure you get out and see these places. But that's what we're doing. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, you got to subscribe. You got to click the bell. That way you'll get notified when these videos come out. And then, like we said at the beginning, if you are really considering this move, even if you're in the early stages, maybe if you've got a house to sell, you haven't even put it on the market, whatever the case may be, definitely reach out to us. So that we can help you out. You can call us, text us, email us, however you got to get in touch with us. It don't matter. We'll keep you from singing the blues before you get here to Memphis. You like that?
I like that, yeah.
I came up with, I don't know if we're going to keep saying that, but the point I want to make is you're going to come here, you don't have somebody working for you, helping you find these things.
Yeah.
And, you know, I see it all the time. You come to a new area, you don't know it, you don't have somebody helping you out. It can get you in a bad situation.
It can, yeah.
especially now with the market the way it is, it's tough. You compete to get in these places, it's difficult. So reach out to us however you got to. We're here for you. And y'all, thank you for watching this video. We'll catch you on the next one.